Hello everybody, it is the Naughty Investor here. So I know Ethereum and most of the markets are down 4 to 5% today. I think there is just some profit taking occurring, a little bit of a pullback, but this is very interesting. From CoinDesk, more institutional investors are buying Ether, seeing it as a store of value. The Ether rally appears to be more organic and driven from within the crypto industry. Ether's latest rally to all-time highs appears to be driven in part by the sort of institutional investors who piled into Bitcoin in 2020 for its digital gold narrative. More institutional investors are seeing Ether as a store of value, according to Coinbase's annual review for 2020. The crypto exchange noticed a growing number of its institutional clients have taken positions in Ether, the native currency of the Ethereum network, for its strong returns. These clients predominantly bought Bitcoin in 2020. Quote, the case for owning Ethereum we hear most frequently from our customers is a combination of, first, its evolving potential as a store of value, and second, its status as a digital commodity that is required to power transactions on its network, according to the report. As industry leaders, including Coinbase and Gemini, continue to take a bullish view on Ether, an increased number of large investors are also exploring the subsector called decentralized finance, or DeFi, according to analysts and traders. Quote, I think the more adventurous institutions are exploring Ethereum and DeFi after they looked at Bitcoin. Arthur Xiong, founder and portfolio manager at DeFi-focused crypto fund DeFinance Capital, told CoinDesk, quote, just like taking part in MicroStrategy's $650 million convertible senior note offering last year was basically getting an almost free call option on Bitcoin, going long in Ethereum is a great way to get indirect exposure to DeFi protocols. Dennis, not even trying the last name, head of research at digital asset prime broker Beckwith, said, quote, not everyone is comfortable with the risks that are still associated with DeFi, but the hyper growth of these projects boosts activity on the Ethereum network and thus supports capital appreciation. According to the thesis that institutional investors are growing more interested in Ether, the CME announced in December it will launch Ether futures contracts next month, an Ether-based derivatives product on one of the world's largest regulated exchanges. Catering to an institutional crowd will give customers an opportunity to hedge their spot positions, reduce their overall risk of investing in Ether, and provide an avenue for them to take speculative positions. So what does this essentially mean? Well, there's a couple things I want to go into. Number one, Bitcoin 4x'd because of the same people buying who are currently buying Ethereum. Okay, so if the people who are buying Ethereum right now, I know it's down today, but in general, we're talking, week to week, the people who are buying Ethereum right now were the same people who made Bitcoin 4x in price not too long ago. This indicates to me that Ethereum then, therefore, could also at least 4x in price, if not more, because Ethereum has a smaller market cap than Bitcoin, meaning the returns of money coming in are much more substantial. Number two on what this really means, well, that just simply means that Ethereum has a lot more room to run, and here's why. If the main focus of investors so far in Ethereum has been the store of value proposition, which is a very good proposition, right? That means that the DeFi prospects of Ethereum are not yet priced into the market, because if most people buying it right now, most institutions at least, I'm not so sure about the retail side of things, but most institutions, if most institutions are buying Ethereum for store of value, that means that there's more room to run when institutions start buying for DeFi purposes. Now, obviously, we're talking about majority here. There's people right now buying for DeFi. There's people right now buying for store of value. There's people right now buying for a variety of reasons. But in general, that means, to me at least, the way I analyze things, that means that essentially there's more room to run. And the store of value proposition is what has been primarily being the buying, frenzy for Ethereum. But that means the DeFi side of things, the decentralized finance side of things, is not yet priced into the market. Another factor here is Ethereum switching from, proof of work to proof of stake, and Ethereum basically going to be having Ether burned on every Ethereum transactions, thus reducing the circulating supply of Ethereum. That is a third factor that I think comes into this. Overall, I think if you look at the evidence, I apologize if you hear that crazy car in the background. But overall, I think if you look at the evidence, Ethereum has 3 main propositions for buying frenzies going forward, and only one of those has been priced into the market, which is the store of value proposition, which is the basic base level proposition for most cryptocurrencies. And that leaves 2 other reasons for people to buy that have not yet occurred fully yet. Okay, so this to me means Ethereum could at least 3 to 4x in the next year. Within the next year, I don't know exactly how soon that will be. That is not financial advice. That is just my opinion. But I think, comment down below if this makes sense to you. Only one of these things is priced into the market so far. The other 2 are not fully priced in. They might be partially priced in, but they are not fully priced in. I want to see what happens when people start buying for DeFi, and I want to see what happens when the circulating supply of Ethereum starts to go down because of the burning of Ethereum. We see exchanges having trouble holding so much Ethereum because people are buying it so fast they can't keep up with the demand. This will only get worse when Ethereum has this switch and it starts costing, burning certain portions of Ethereum to do an Ethereum transaction, and that is good for the price of Ethereum. Reduction in supply, increased demand, and Ethereum has a recipe for an explosive year. If you're worried about big tech or big government gathering your personal information and personal data, look no further than PureVPN. Right now, using my link in the description, you could get 47% off of their 1-year deal and 70% off of their 2-year deal if you use my link in the description. Using a VPN is a great way to secure your privacy and stop hackers, intrusive governments, and large corporations from gathering your personal data against your wishes. Once again, use the link in the description if you want to get this amazing deal.